Is that what was going at?
Yeah, well, we shared it better, you know. Look, it's our second game, you know, right? We don't even have the same lineup in practice all the time. So, yeah, we just have to get to know one another. It's not like you have a set starting five. And so the group we started played together for these 2 days. But then we still, they're not going to be out there for 8 minutes straight. So Wendell's got to get in there jabbing, Jack. And if we get some type of rotation going, where everyone, when they come in, feels like they're a really good player and can play with one another. And that's what we're looking for. It's the easiest way to do this on the defensive end, you know, because roles don't change. You know, they all have to do the same stuff.
Did it take that first exhibition game and maybe a few practices after to, you know, realize for these guys that it's not going to be as easy as it came?
No, I really don't agree with what you're saying. You know, like we didn't approach the first game thinking it was going to be easy. We were playing a team that's won 100 out of 105 games, and we're undefeated. You know, we had ultimate respect for them, but we didn't. We approached the game differently. One, without a scouting report, you know, because we haven't seen them. Two, with playing units. Yeah, we just approached it differently, but we didn't take it. They didn't take it lightly. And do you think I'm yelling at you?
No. I just mean, like, do you think? Obviously, it's going to take.
I'm not yelling at you.
No, that it's going to be a different approach to this season, maybe than last season.
Yeah, well, Zion's not here. So no, it's a different approach every year. With this group, I did something to somebody's thing here. I'm sorry. I'm really messing up. Yelling, you're messing up. It's time to end the conference. No, we have to, this group is going to be a unit, not a starting five. And it's got to be, everyone's got to be ready to play. And it's more like I call it old school, you know, like our older Duke teams from years, you know, not the Leitner Hurley or Bettier, you know, those guys, but a team that needs to play really good defense. Our kids want to do that, so hopefully we can keep that going.
What makes Herndon Stanley so?
Challenge still.
I'm sorry?
Obviously, you're still up for the challenge every year, having to deal with new lineups. How, I guess, what is the timeline to see what the chemistry of this team is going to be?
Yeah, there's no time. I mean, we want to be good against Kansas. And we want to be good in every game we play. So I want to be great right away. I don't know if we'll ever be great, but yeah, we want to win basketball games, play well, and stay healthy, and prove worthy for to be in the NCAA tournament and not blow out any shoes 2 weeks before we play. We've talked to Nike about that.
Most visiting coaches come in, they get a handshake, pat on the upper arm. Mark brings it in for the real deal. Does that pretty much encapsulate your long-standing relationship?
Yeah, you know, Mark and I, the relationship we have is really kind of the relationship we've had with Durham. You know, I got to know him before we were any good, and he's just a kid in Durham that, you know, we became friends, and he would come into our camp and play pickup, and then we spent time when he had a little bit of a speech impediment, and we spent time making sure that he would go to a really good school, and he did in Johnson C. Smith, which is one of the fine institutions in our state. And to see where he's at today is terrific. But you know, we both kind of grown well together. But I'm proud of him. It's second year. The reason the game came about, we were playing in Charlotte, the ACC tournament, and we practiced one day at Johnson C. Smith, and although he's not there, he happened to be there, and he watched our practice, and it was good to see him. I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I said, look, we haven't scheduled our second exhibition game. You should just bring your kids home, to your home, and give everyone a chance to see what you're building, and in who you've become. And so it's all good stuff, really good stuff.
Mike, what was the moment like for you when you looked down the bench and say, Savarino, get in there?
I never said Savarino get in. What I did say to my staff, get the walk-ons ready, and I told Joey and J-Rob at the 8-minute timeout that they were going to come in and make sure that we play as a unit. So I just told my staff at about 5, make sure we're going to sub all 5 guys. And I wouldn't disrespect Buckmeyer by saying, just put Savarino in. All right, but even though his mother's here, and grandmother, but no, it's a cool moment, and for Keenan too. I mean, Keenan's from Chapel Hill, and to play, and they played like they knew how to play, which they do. So that was neat. I'm glad he hit free throws, but I thought the best thing he did was the pass he made to Joey. And just his demeanor, all our walk-ons, they had just a really good demeanor. So we're gonna look at not playing he and Keenan during the year to redshirt them, so that we get a chance to have them develop and see what happens a little bit later during their time at Duke.
Anything else,
So
Coach?
if they're not playing them, the other thing is to get my family off.
No more familial pressure.
I'm announcing that now, so at the end of every game, hopefully we have an opportunity to make those subs. They're not going in, all right?
Fair enough.
And don't call the assistants, yeah. All right.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you very much.